question regarding the sell of the infra assets. So are we confident that could be concluded by the September deadline, or we are banking more on the Zee Entertainment shares to settle reduce?
No, as I said in my opening remarks, that is going to be also possible within the timeline. But if there are any delays, then we will step it up with the Zee stake sale.
Okay. Sure, sir. That's one from me. Thanks.
Thank you, Vivesh.
Thank you, sir. We have next question from the line of Jay Doshi from Kotak Securities. Please go ahead.
Hi, Puneet. Congrats on this announcement, and thanks for the opportunity. My question is, are you currently also engaged with any other investor for further stake sale? Because you mentioned that you looked at the two options and decided to proceed with this one because the other one would have taken time. And second is, you mentioned that this sets the floor price. So is there any understanding with Oppenheimer that you would not do further stake sale below 400 rupees, or that was just there is no such agreement?
No, there is no such agreement, Jay, but I am pretty confident that once an investor like Invesco Oppenheimer is buying 11% stake at a certain price, that validates that value. And therefore, anybody else who may look at Zee can't really question it, and that price should be very easily sailing through. Sorry, what was your first question, Jay?
Are you currently engaged with any investor?
Yeah, we keep getting approached by multiple parties all the time.
Understood. And another question is, now with this 11%, Oppenheimer would probably would hold close to 18-19% in the company, right? So have they sort of, are they interested in board seat? Will there be any board seat for them, or not required? Or
no, there is no board seats. Our agreement doesn't call for those rights. They are a pure equity public shareholder.
Right. And final one, just a bookkeeping one. What will be the taxation applicable for this stake sale in terms of...
We'll talk to the corporate team and come back to you there.
Sure. Thank you. That's it from my side.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have a next question from the line of Rohit Dokania from IDFC Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi Puneet, congrats and thank you for the opportunity. I had 2-3 questions. One is, totally appreciate the fact that you went with a financial guy versus strategic on timelines. But will it be possible for you to share whether the value that the strategic guy was trying to assign to the business, was it higher or lower than, what Oppenheimer has assigned?
I'm bound by confidentiality, Rohit. I can't share that detail.
Okay, understood. The other thing that, I wanted to check was, as far as the sort of, so you did allude to the 11,000 crores odd kind of, LAS, out of which I think, post-tax probably you would be receiving just about, 3,500 odd, maybe crores. So will the equity value of the other, assets that you spoke about, which is road, solar, etc., will it be enough? Or do you think that there could be a chunky sale of, Zee Entertainment again to ensure that, we pay by September?
So, Rohit, I think let's talk for a minute on this taxation. Back in November when we decided to do the stake sale of Zee itself, we had done extensive tax planning. Whether it be to a strategic or financial, the tax planning is applicable for both. And the tax leakage in this transaction will be very, very minuscule. So therefore, a large part, if not all of it, realization should come into the hands of the promoters. Having said that, with the non-media assets, I don't expect a huge chunk of Zee stake to be sold further.
Okay, understood. The other question was, Puneet, can you talk about timelines as to when does, this deal get sort of consummated? Because as you said, you will probably have to engage with these sort of lenders, to get these sort of pledged shares and then sell. So what could be the timeline for this?
I think it will be well within August, maybe a couple of weeks. But well within August, we should be able to get it done.
Sure, fair enough. And last question from my side, in terms of priority, if in terms of priority, in terms of sort of, returning the sort of LAS that we have created, will the mutual funds get a priority or will the banks get a priority, if you will be able to disclose that?
I can't comment, Rohit. Until I don't engage with them, I don't have an answer.
Sure, totally appreciate it. Thanks a lot and wish you all the best.
Thank you, Rohit.
Thank you, sir. We have next question from the line of Rajiv Sharma from SBI Cap Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi Puneet. Thanks for the opportunity. Just trying to understand that, early this year when we were going ahead with this Zee stake sale, we were expecting a lot to come from at least 20%, stake being sold to address the group debt issue. What has changed in terms of, the realization from the non-media assets, which is giving you confidence of, Zee's only 11% and maybe minuscule in addition?
Well, at that point in time, we were engaging with several parties. Today, for the assets that I just talked about, we have signed deals, although not binding, but they're signed deals in place and due diligence is in advanced stages. That's what gives me the confidence that it will get done. And this announcement itself will release pressure on the promoters, which gives them, little flexibility to negotiate harder.
Okay. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have next question from the line of Ankur Periwal from Axis Capital. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi Puneet. Congrats for the deal and thanks for the opportunity. Just one clarification. Now, presuming this stake sale is at 11%, the promoters' stake right now is more like 35.6%. So we will be well below 25% threshold after this transaction. And you did mention that we may have to top it up in terms of additional Zee stake sale. So in that scenario, probably the promoter's holding can go down further. So any thoughts there?
No, you're right, Ankur. And as I said, the priority for the family is to retire the entire loan against shares. And that will take precedence over, whatever we choose to do. While I'm confident that after this entire episode, the promoters will be left with enough shares in Zee for them to be motivated and excited to continue running the company with the vigor they've been running it so far.
Sure. Secondly, you did mention, the current outstanding debt at 11,000 odd crores. Can you break it up into, the mutual fund and the debt bit? Because there have been multiple numbers floating around. Mutual fund and the bank.
Multiple numbers are floating around, Ankur, but I don't have it readily available with me. We'll check with corporate and come back to you.
Okay, sure, no worries. And lastly, you did mention, parallel talks with the other interesting investors, maybe international or the financial ones, is still on. So can there be a scenario wherein probably, going ahead, given the strict timelines, while we may not be able to complete the strategic transaction now, but going ahead, there is still a possibility of that thing happening?
Yes, as I said, now it is the dialogues are with financial partners.
Okay, that's helpful. Thank you and all the best. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. We have next question from the line of Vivekanand Subaraman from Ambit Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you for the opportunity. In November, you had mentioned that you wanted the right global strategic partner and had outlined two considerations, media and tech. How valid are those considerations today, and how will that impact your own thought process with respect to the business and further stake sale?
I think a lot has changed, Vivekanand, since we decided in September, October last year. And we had to, put some other priorities up front than just getting the strategic partner in. Those priorities from a business and industry perspective are still relevant, and we'll see how to partner with them going forward. It doesn't have to be only equity-based. It can be even strategic alliances that we can create with them.
All right. Thanks for the rest.
Thank you, sir. We have next question from the line of Alankar Garude from Macquarie Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, Puneet. Congrats on the deal. Just one question from my side. So when you say that the process of repayment will be done by 30th September, Are you referring to the entire 11,000 crore amount?
Yes, sir, I am.
And is there any other debt of the promoters other than 11,000 crores?
Opcos, other Opco companies may be having debt, but the promoter debt that's what it is.
Understood, sir. So basically everything is loan against shares.
Largely, yes. Correct.
Okay. That's it from my side. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have next question from the line of Naval Seth from Emkay Global. Please go ahead.
Thanks for the opportunity, sir. Question is on quantum of stake sale. So in November it was 50% of your holding. So holding has now fallen. Does that 50% still stays, or it will change?
Well, as I said, after the realization of the non-media assets is when we will know how much more we need to sell. Obviously, we want to maximize that the non-media assets realization. So therefore, we have to sell as little as possible of Zee, which is our crown jewel. But having said that, our priority is debt repayment. And I am pretty confident that after all these payments, the family will still be left with a significant shareholding, which will at least keep us motivated to work every day.
Okay. And so is my understanding correct, as you stated that, the remaining stake sale can be announced as soon as August. So now within August, your non-media, stake sale in non-media assets will be earlier than what you will announce in case of Zee. As you stated that the stake sale will be dependent on that part as well, right?
No. August is completion of the current transaction that we are doing. I have up to 30th September to repay the balance loan. And that's the time period I'm committing to.
So it was my bad to understand. So the logic again remains that your non-media asset transaction announcement will be before than the additional stake sale. As you rightly said, your remaining stake sale will depend on that transaction as well.
Yeah, absolutely. As I just said, I already have offers on the table on those deals, which, they are under negotiation, and we should be able to conclude those negotiations pretty quickly.
Okay. And lastly, on, as you mentioned, and obviously sets the floor price for the next round of investment in Zee. But do you think there can be some kind of pushback from the, financial investor? Because Oppenheimer's average cost will be substantially lower than, what they have invested at right now. So can that get some pushback, or no? This is the floor price for the next deal as well.
Just to be very clear, any other shares that the family will sell of Zee Entertainment will be at least above 400 rupees.
Perfect. This is helpful. Thank you so much, and all the best.
Thank you, sir. We have next question from the line of Himanshu Shah from Dolat Capital. Please go ahead.
Thanks, sir. Thanks for the opportunity, and congratulations on the transaction. So just want to check, anything in media assets besides Zee that we group would be looking to sell off for? There have been some speculations in the market. So if those assets are like we are considering as non-media or media?
So, Himanshu, we are in dialogues and exploring partnerships, etc. But I can't comment on speculative media reports as of now. So let's see how those developments come along.
But it's fair to assume that besides the media assets also we are exploring. Fair to assume that.
Yes, correct.
Okay. And so any right of first refusal or anything with Oppenheimer for the balance stake sale if required in Zee by any chance, or that's not a condition?
Nothing.
Right, sir. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir. We have next question from the line of Sanjay Chawla from JM Financial. Please go ahead.
Hi, thank you for the opportunity. Congratulations on the transaction. My first question is, Puneet, you mentioned the tax leakage would be fairly minuscule, but can you share the profit sharing which would be done with the lenders, for this standstill agreement that they undertook? That is the first question.
Sanjay, again, I'll need my corporate team to come in and explain that. I don't have those details as of now.
Okay. And second question
11,000 crore anyway includes everything.
Sorry, how much?
The 11,000 crores includes everything, which is interest, upside or anything is all inclusive as on today.
Yes, obviously interest would be included here, accrued interest. So yeah, that is clear. But we're just trying to work out the net consideration for the promoter from this transaction. So would it be close to like almost 40 billion rupees? Somewhere.
So the upside sharing with lenders is actually we don't know how it will get calculated, because that I need my corporate team to come in and do that working for you.
Okay. Second question is, this how much surplus equity is available with the promoter, from the infra deals which have already been concluded, which you have signed, or have you already adjusted the surplus equity again, to report this 110 billion number?
I can't share those numbers as of now, as those are confidential. Once they become binding and public, I'll share those details.
So would you say that as of now there are really no binding, consummated deals on the infra side, non-media side?
As I said, Sanjay, we have non-binding offers which we are negotiating, and soon we'll come back to you with details of the same.
Okay. And is Invesco Oppenheimer free to buy more from the market, from tomorrow onwards or after this deal?
Of course, they are free to buy. How can I stop them?
Got it. All right. Thank you, and all the best for future deals.
Thank you, sir. We have next question from the line of Srijan Sinha from Future Generali Life Insurance. Please go ahead.
Hello. Yeah, thank you, sir, for taking my question. So I just wanted to understand a couple of things. What's the overall promoter level debt, if you could tell me that?
11,000
you mentioned is the loan against securities, and other than that, how much would be the group liabilities?
Those are not promoter liabilities. Those are sitting in operating companies.
Okay. Any sense on how much would that be?
I don't have those numbers here with me. Can we restrict for today's conversation, please?
Okay, sir. And sir, my second question is with respect to the non-media assets. Primarily, you would have solar, road, and the transmission assets. So, I recently read the news that CDPQ has pulled out of one of this. So, could you just guide us as to at what stage of negotiation are we in the process?
So, on the road side, there is one of the leading investors who's in the infrastructure business is in conversation with us. Not at liberty to share the details as of now. As I said, we have non-binding offers from them, and very soon we'll come out with the details on the same.
And any particular reason why CDPQ backed out of the deal after going through the due diligence and everything?
All are under non-disclosure, Srijan. We can't disclose these details.
Okay, sir. No worries. Thanks a lot, and all the best for the future.
Thank you, sir. We have next question from the line of Ankit Kedia from Phillip Capital. Please go ahead.
So in the January, we were looking at 20,000 crores for the infra assets of solar and the road, and equity value of around 8,000, 9,000 crores. So how is the debt moved in the infra assets, and because equity value you're not willing to share, can you share the debt in the infra assets currently?
Yeah, so that would have remained. There is no incremental asset which has been built or road which has been taken or no. So that would have remained more or less similar, plus whatever accrued interest is there, that would have added.
Sure. That's helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. We have next question from the line of Adarsh from Nomura. Please go ahead.
This question relates to the waterfall, right? You said you'll now the lenders will need to offer the shares. Just that if all your lenders who have pledged share of Zee agree to give it to you, is there a pecking order? Does capital markets take precedence over banks in the pecking order? That because given that they have funds where FMPs close at a certain date, so is there a pecking order there?
There is no pecking order, but we are going to get into discussions with the lenders. Only then we will know what's going to be done. So starting tomorrow, my teams at corporate will start engaging with the lenders and come out with the solutions.
Okay, understood. Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have next question from the line of Neelam Punjabi from Perpetuity Ventures. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. I just wanted to get a clarity on the tax front. So since the long-term capital gains tax was introduced in the February 2018 budget, and the capital gains accrued till that time would, have to be grandfathered, and the prevailing price at that time was much higher than the current price. So LTCG won't apply to you. Is my understanding correct?
So, you are on right track. What we can say, the liability on tax fund would be very, very small.
Okay, great. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. We have the last question from the line of Prakhar Agarwal from Edelweiss. Please go ahead.
Okay, all my questions have been answered. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last question. I now hand the conference over to the management for any closing comments. Sir, over to you.
Thank you everyone for joining on the call today. Please reach out to us if you still have any questions unanswered. Investor Relations team is available to answer the questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Zee Entertainment, that concludes this conference call. Thank you for joining with us, and you may now disconnect your lines.